Am I the a-hole for telling my sister that her husband set me up with a pimp? I-19F was set up to go on a date with a guy named Jack by my sister's husband Blake 32M. I was over at my sister's house with her, Blake and their children about 2 weeks ago, and Jack came over to drop something off to Blake. We met and I thought he was cute. Blake later told me that Jack asked for my number and he gave it to him, and that since I've been single for a while, Jack is a good guy and I should give him a chance. Jack and I went on a first date later that week and a second one 2 days ago. Things were going okay. I wasn't crazy about him, but it seemed we were compatible and I enjoyed our conversations. He told me that he works as a mechanic, but he never spoke much about it, and dodged most of my questions, which I thought was odd. During our date 2 days ago, he told me he wanted to be honest and tell me the truth about him because I'm his dream girl and he can see himself with me long term, and he needs to know now if I accept him for what he is. He told me he's a pimp. He's the manager at a spicy club, which is actually just an illegal fun-time place, and his job is to find girls willing to do the job and find men that want the service. It's illegal in our country and PIMPs get probably a decade in jail if they're caught. I was honestly shocked and told him I'm not interested in dating someone who does that for a living and quickly left. I called Blake and asked him if he knew what Jack does for a living and he said,
"Yeah. What about it?"
I said, "What the F do you mean, what about it? Why wouldn't you give me a heads up about that?" And he said,
"You're acting like he's a unaliver, relax. Not even he owed you that information."
I was honestly very pissed off and told him to F off. I told my sister what happened and she had no idea Jack was a pimp, and got angry at Blake for setting me up with him without telling us what Jack actually does. Blake also apparently lied to my sister that Jack was a mechanic and only found the truth out through me, so they're having quite the fight at the moment. Blake called me but I didn't pick up, and he later sent a message saying,
"I hope you're happy with the anxiety you've given your sister. All because you exaggerate and overreact to every little thing."
It got me thinking, am I the a-hole here?
Here are the top comments.
Anxiety you gave your sister? I am pretty sure if she is worried, she will have her reasons. Does Blake visit Jack often? Probably. You did the right thing. As others mentioned, he was probably wanting to make you his next girl. Dream girl, my bleep. Always the same strategy. Tell your parents.
Especially a dream girl that's only 19 years old. Although Jack's age isn't listed, to be the owner and operator of a spicy club, even a shady one, I'd say he'd have to at least be in his late 20s. There's no way in hell that 19-year-old girl is anything other than a gullible young woman to him.
Be careful. Sounds like you were being set up to be his next victim, and your brother-in-law was willing to sell you out. This is actually frightening that her sister is married to a man who thinks this is okay, and I can understand why the sister is now having panic attacks. She realized who she married.
Not the a-hole. Blake should have protected you from such an illegal, probably non-safe environment instead of pushing you into one. You did the right thing telling your sister.